All right, you all, we're ready to get started. Who's ready to get started? Put a yes in the chat if you're ready to get started and spend the next 90 minutes learning about exactly what you need to do in your job search to move to those next level roles that you know you deserve, even in this market, in any market. Okay, so yes, Leticia says yes, yes, yes. All right, so today we're going to cover, this is exactly what we're going to cover. We're going to talk about the 5-step strategy to land your next 200K plus offer, to next 200 to 500K plus offer without applying to hundreds of jobs online, non-stop networking on LinkedIn, or getting more certifications. Okay, that is what we're going to cover today. Before we get started, can I ask you all, do you see this like ugly green window, nothing on the screen? Okay, that's exactly what I was gonna ask you. Let me unshare and start sharing again. More tech glitches. All right, do you all see my screen now? Let me pull the chat, make sure I have here. Yes, okay, amazing. First of all, I want to start with saying thank you to each one of you for bearing with us with this huge tech glitch that we had while arranging for this webinar. Many of you got messages that the webinar is starting at 1 p.m. your time zone, whereas the webinar was supposed to start at 1 p.m. Central. And so I appreciate you moving things around if you are one of those folks who had some other commitment here and for showing up live for the webinar. I also want to say that as an appreciation to anybody who joined us live on the webinar, towards the end of the session, after we complete the some of the FAQs that I will go through, whoever showed up live will share with you our very comprehensive document that we share with all of our clients inside our program on how to best prepare for your recruiter call questions. So if you stay around till the end with us, we will share that document with you. We'll drop it in the comments later on. And I appreciate, for some reason, sometimes folks have to run out because, they have something to take care of. They may have another meeting, whatnot. Just message us later and we will be able to share that with you offline as well. Okay, so with that, let's get started without any further delay. It is going to be a fully packed session. I do not like to share any fluff with anybody. There's enough fluff out there already. So throughout the session, we will share a lot of practical strategies, the exact same strategies that we've been using with our clients inside my signature programs, the Fearless Hire. And so I really encourage everybody to grab a piece of paper or pen or a Word document to start making notes, as well as feel free to take a screenshot of any slide that you like, that you find useful as we start working through this session. All right, some house rules as we get going. Well, I guess we covered all of these house rules already. So again, the house rules really just that through my free content as well, I like to share very, very actionable strategies. This one time a lady reached out to me and said, just through my free post that I put on LinkedIn, she negotiated a 60K raise. So pay attention, stay till the end so that you can maximize the time that you have here with us. All right, so what are we going to talk about today? I'm going to start off with the number one mistake that I've seen women make over and over again in their job search, in their careers, frankly, that prevents them from landing their dream job. Next, we're going to spend a bulk of time talking about the 5-step strategy, a proven 5-step strategy that I use with all of my clients, to help them land their next 200K plus role in the next 90 days. Okay, I'm going to share with you enough examples to prove that it is possible in this market to level up to your next leadership role in 90 days or less. Okay, it is absolutely possible. Do not believe anything and everything that you hear on LinkedIn. And then finally, for those who want to get more support, more hand-holding outside of the session that we are doing today, we'll share details of exactly how we work with our clients inside the Fearless Hire program. And I have a real surprise for you all planned for today. For the very first time, we are offering our program in 2 ways. So we'll talk about all of those details on how whoever wants to work with us can explore working with us. A lot of points apply to men as well. Something that I will talk about later. I started Pink Careers to serve my mission of elevating women in leadership, but we work with guys as well. So all of the points we talk about today apply equally to the guys in the room as well. So I do not want you to feel isolated, even if I talk, in a lot of my content here, a lot of the examples I share, I talk about the women in the room. Okay. And then before we get started, the last point is that we have a small giveaway, which is a free 30-minute personalized resume and LinkedIn audit with me for anybody who shares about the webinar on LinkedIn with their friends and colleagues. So all you have to do is take a picture of any slide that you like, post about it on LinkedIn and tag me. And then within the next week, we will choose one lucky winner who can get a 30-minute LinkedIn and resume audit with me. The session will be shared later on. The recording will be shared later today for those who may miss parts of it and who may want to revisit anything that we have to say here. All right, let's get started. Okay, so why should you listen to me? Who am I? So I can already recognize by some of the names that we know each other. We've seen each other on LinkedIn. But for those who don't know me, hi, my name is Richa Bansal. I have over a decade of experience working with two of the largest Fortune 500 companies in the energy and the tech sector. And if I go way back, I think many of you would be able to relate here. I'm an immigrant. I live in the US. I'm an immigrant. I came almost 14 years ago now to the US to pursue my big American dream. And I started working for Schlumberger. I worked for them for over 10 years in a variety of different roles, all the way from in operations to engineering to supply chain, and then eventually moved into engineering management, where I led teams of over 15 folks and hired extensively for both my companies, Schlumberger and Amazon, as part of my love for recruiting, but then also hired directly to my teams as hiring manager. So a lot of things that we talk about today and a lot of things that I teach my clients are based on my experience as 6 years of hiring for my own teams. Because it is not only important to understand what the recruiters are looking for, more importantly, it is to understand what the hiring manager is looking for. Okay, how do you really prove that you are the right candidate to bring to the team from a hiring manager's lens? So that is what we are going to talk about today. In the last 5 years that I have been running Pink Careers, we have coached over 300 plus women and helped them land multi-six-figure offers at companies like Meta, PayPal, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Akamai, you name it. And so a lot of strategies, again, that we share today are all based on and refined over time with the experience that we've had coaching hundreds of women so far. All right. So with that, I would love to kind of do a little bit of a poll here. Does this sound familiar? And if it does, I have like 6 statements here, something that I hear from all of my clients quite often. And I would love to kind of see from you if you relate with any of these statements. And if you do, just put that number in the chat. So the first thing, let me know if you are tired of being passed over for promotion at your current workplace and continue to feel underappreciated and undercompensated for your hard work. Okay, give me a 1 in the chat if that's you. You know, you've been trying to get promoted at work, you've asked for it over and over again, your manager keeps telling you, not now, you're not ready, maybe next year, nobody's getting promoted, I get too many ones here, right? And so you're so tired of feeling underappreciated and undervalued and leaving your career essentially to the fate of the company. Give me a 2. If you are one of those who was laid off, unfortunately, a few months ago, and with every passing day, it's depleting your confidence and your chances of landing another job in this competitive market. I see a lot of 2s here as well. And so you've been trying for months, you've been applying nonstop, you've not been getting interviews. The interviews that you even get, they ghost you, you don't go to the last round, and so it's depleting your confidence. I see a lot of 2s. All right, give me a 3. If you are the one who's re-entering the workforce because perhaps you took a little break to care for your little ones. Okay, you took some time off because you were prioritizing family, or maybe you followed your partner to the US or to another country, or maybe you want to transition industries, or maybe for whatever reason you had to take some time off to care for yourself and your family. And you feel that now you will have to start from the bottom. I see quite a few 3s here coming in as well. 2 plus 3. Yeah, Preeti says 3. Give me a 4. If you feel that you need more certifications and experience to be able to compete with all of the other candidates, especially the ones that already have FANG names on their resume to compete in today's competitive market. See a lot of 4s come in as well. Yeah, 1 and 4. Yeah, Shilpa says 4. Anna says 4. Priyanka says 4. Yeah. We feel like we have to take these certifications. We have to do the PMP. We have to do the TOGAF. We have to do all these certifications to be even like put our feet in the market because it's so competitive. Give me a 5 if you have lost hopes of getting your dream company because you feel you don't have a strong network. Who's a 5 here? Feel like you cannot get a job with your dream company with a FANG without a network. Somebody said like 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 and 5. Absolutely. And then give me a 6. If you are frankly tired of the confusing and ineffective job search advice on Instagram and on LinkedIn and are finally ready to follow a proven playbook to level up your career. Chandrika says 6. Hell yes to 6. 6, yeah. Felix says 6. Padmini says 6. How do I know this? Because I hear this over and over and over and over again for amazing, amazing candidates on LinkedIn and amazing women who come inside our programs as well. And I know that at the end of the day, all you want is to build a career with a company that you admire, doing work that makes an impact, and getting paid what you're worth, getting fairly paid. Give me a yes if that's you. If you just want to do work that you love doing with a company that respects you and pays you fairly. Yes. And so I want to show you a few examples of this is possible. This is really, really possible. And all of these examples that I'm showing you are from this year. Okay, in the last 5 months, just from this year. This is my client. She had recently moved from Singapore. And within 6 weeks, she had 3 offers. 6 weeks, 3 offers, and 1 in the going. Okay, and she's accepting her dream offer, her offer from her dream company, Apple. This is her number 1 choice. Okay, this happened in as little as 6 weeks as a lead TPM. Okay, this one, she was on a H-1B visa, the 60-day clock when she started working with me, and she got her first offer with Becton Dickinson, which is a San Diego-based company. And read this. I got this interview and multiple others. She was in the running for 6 different companies without a referral through direct applications. No referrals needed. Are you guys not seeing my screen? Oh my God, no?
I can see. I can see.
Okay, yes,
Yeah,
we can see.
I see
Okay.
you.
No, we can see the screen.
Okay, because a couple of folks said they can't see my screen. I'm gonna just quickly unshare and share again because something is really horribly wrong with tech the last 2 days. They don't want us to do this. So I'm gonna reshare my screen again, just so that anybody who is unable to is able to see my screen. Okay, let's do this again. Okay, you all can see my screen now, still? Yes, please give me a yes. Okay, thank you all. Okay, and so another example. So this lady, she just accepted an offer from eBay for a product manager role, for a senior product manager role. She'd been trying for long 5 months, and within 3 months of joining the program, she got her offer from eBay, and she had 3 other interviews ongoing. Okay, she was 1 from Walmart and 2 from other great companies that she was still in the running for. Okay, this one, she went back to a more strategic role at HP. Okay, this one got an interview. This one got an offer at Intuit within being laid off from Verizon within 1 month. Okay, and then others like who have gone from being stuck in their current companies to really leveling up in their careers. And so this client, she accepted a director of product role with one of her top cybersecurity companies within 6 weeks of joining the program. Or this lady here, she says that she got her first director level offer. She was so confident going into the meeting after learning everything that she had in Cyping Careers. Or this one got 2 offers, one from a dream company, Amazon. Or this one, like she got a dream offer with Lucid Motors. And not only she had applied for a staff TPM role, they offered her senior staff TPM. Okay, so all of this is possible in as little as 90 days. Do not believe everything that you hear on here on LinkedIn. Market is tough, but so what? People are still getting offers every single day. All that means is that we need to be that much better at ensuring that we position ourselves as the best candidate on the market. So it's all possible. It's all possible. Okay, but why were these women stuck? I think it's important to ask, like, why were they stuck in the first place? One of the main reasons I've found that keeps us stuck in our roles, that keeps us stuck in our careers, that keeps us stuck in the market, is this belief that we wrongly have, which is, I am lucky to get the job. Let that sink in for a second. This belief that we hold true, that I am lucky to get the job. okay? Because you feel that the market is so bad. You feel that the companies are not really hiring right now. And even if some companies are, there are other candidates that are better than you. So you're just lucky if you get an interview. So you undersell yourself. You undersell your salary expectations. You feel lucky to have your current role. So you don't go all in finding your next one. And you think that way despite multiple degrees, despite years and years of experience, and despite deep subject matter expertise. And the problem is that when you believe that you're lucky to have the job, you automatically get your expectations down in the market. Okay? You automatically start underselling without you even knowing. And this is how it shows up in your job search. Okay? It shows up in your job search because you get stuck in the cycle of doom. This is the cycle of doom. You target roles that are below your potential. If you do find the courage to apply and go in the market, or if you are in the market, you apply to hundreds of jobs online. You tweak your resume for every single job application. When you don't get interviews, you start to open up and apply for all sorts of different roles. I've had people tell me that I'm targeting product roles and also program roles and also project roles and also data science roles and also this because I'm not getting interviews for what I'm really capable of or what my deep experience is in product management. Okay, so you start applying, you start opening up the type of roles that you apply to, and you start tweaking your resume for every single job search. You scramble to message every recruiter and hiring manager. You shy away from asking for your network for referrals. When you do get a recruiter call and they ask you, what are your salary expectations? You give a lowball number because you feel that if you really ask for what you truly deserve, they are not going to move forward. You get extremely nervous in interviews. The interviews don't go anywhere and you stay stuck in your current situation, hoping and praying for the market to get better. Can somebody relate? Give me a yes if you can relate with the cycle of doom. Has anybody been stuck in the cycle of doom? Yes, Naeem says yes. Chandrika says yes. Yes, this is what my clients find themselves in because you constantly believe that I'm lucky to get the job. And I can say with confidence why I know this is because I was you. Just like you, I was stuck. I want to be a little bit vulnerable and share with you a little bit of my background on why I found myself to be stuck. You know what? I generally am a very confident person. I'm a very confident person, very ambitious, and I'm a very high achiever. Okay, I'm proud to say that I'm a high achiever. Okay, I went to IIT Delhi. It's one of the top engineering schools back in India. For those who don't know it, I have worked for two very large organizations. Worked for the largest oil field services company, Schlumberger, and I was growing really quickly in my career as well when I was there. I got 5 promotions in under 10 years, and then pandemic hit. And then when pandemic hit, both me and my husband lost our jobs. And when we lost our jobs, I decided to join a small startup, a small consulting firm. And this is a very small consulting firm. I've gone from working for a 100,000 plus company to now working for a 50 company firm. And very quickly, I found myself stuck in that particular position. There wasn't enough things for me to do. I wasn't intellectually stimulated. I wasn't learning. I wasn't growing. And every single day I kind of stayed in that role. I felt that I was losing my confidence by the day. I felt that I was losing my brain by the day. Okay. So eventually I put myself in the market. Eventually I started applying for jobs online. And as I put myself in the market, nothing came. I got no interviews. And I was like, what is happening here? I thought I was smart. I thought I had worked hard. I thought I had the experience. And so why am I not getting any interviews? And every single day that passed, my confidence went down and down and down and down and down. Okay. And even when I did get interviews, I put so much pressure on that one interview that I got that I was so nervous in the room, I completely lost it every single time. And the more it kind of goes on, it was just like this vicious cycle that I was stuck in and finding myself really, really deep in this self-doubt and is my experience even worth anything in the market? When all of this was going on, a few good months in, I had a heart-to-heart with my CEO for that small firm at the time. We had a good relationship. And as I was being sort of open to him about what I'm going through, the CEO said, and I still remember kind of what he said and the goosebumps that I felt on my arm when he said that, He said, Richa, in 21 years of my career, I haven't met anybody as smart as you. And I remember like feeling just like shook to my core. Like I had goosebumps on my arms. And he said, in 21 years of my career, I haven't met anybody as smart as you. And I'm saying this not to brag, but I'm saying this to say that that one statement completely changed my life. Because that one statement helped me realize the mistake that I was making. I was tying my self-worth to the job that I had done, to the big names that I had on my resume, to the universities that I've gone to, the companies that I work for. And I was tying my self-worth in my ability to land these amazing offers in the market to these other companies, instead of really grounding my self-worth in myself and my experience. And that one statement helped me realize that it was not the job that was amazing, it was me who made it amazing. Okay? It's not the job that is amazing, it's me who is amazing. Okay? And I want you all to realize that it's not the job that is amazing, you are amazing. Okay? And so this is the number one mindset shift. If you want to get offers in this current market in 90 days or less, if you want to make yourself recession proof, if you want to stop fearing the market, this is the number one mindset shift that you need to make. You have to go from, I am lucky to have the job, to any company is lucky to have me. Any company is lucky to have you. And I would like to do this exercise with you all, okay? We've done this exercise with 4,000 people so far. And I would really invite you all to do this exercise with me as well. If you are in a position where you can stand up, don't do this if you're driving, okay? But if you are in a position where you can stand up, I would invite you now to stand up, okay? And for the next few seconds, I would invite you to unmute yourself, please. And on the count of 3, I want each one of us to say, any company is lucky to have me, okay? On a count of 3. So unmute yourself at this point. Trust me. Trust me, this will help, okay? So get yourself up, unmute yourself, and I'm gonna count to 3 and we'll say, any company is lucky to have me. 1, 2, 3.
Any company is lucky to have me.
Please lucky to have me.
Let's do this again. This time, everybody unmuted.
Any company is lucky to have me.
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 If you want to land your dream offer,
Any company is lucky to have me. Any company is lucky to have me.
I'm lucky to have the job, to any company is lucky to have me, everything changed. Because I finally stopped doubting my experience. I finally stopped questioning myself, and I started focusing on understanding the actual strategy behind what lands dreams offers. Okay? This one mindset shift from I am lucky to have the job to any company is lucky to have me allowed me to stop doubting myself, allowed me to get out of imposter syndrome and start focusing on understanding exactly what I need to do to land my dream offer. Because it's possible for them, it's possible for me too. Okay? And when that shift happened, I landed interviews at Google, Meta, DoorDash, Amazon without having any traditional tech experience. I came from the energy industry. Without doing any nonstop networking. None of these interviews came through networking, referrals, none of that. Okay? And without applying to hundreds of jobs online. Because I finally understood strategically how I needed to position myself. Because now I was not spending my energy trying to doubt myself and my experience or getting more certifications. Okay? I simply changed my positioning. I negotiated my offer with Amazon for over 6 weeks and increased by over $25,000, taking it to over $200K without having a job. By that time, I had already quit my previous job and without having another offer lined up. Okay. So to be able to get that confidence, to be able to negotiate for 6 weeks without having any backup lined up, you need to believe that they need me. Okay. And so far, I've taught this proven process that I discovered, I created as part of my own experience coming to Amazon, and now I've refined with over 300 women. This is the process that we teach inside the Fearless Hire program. That is the process that will help our clients land manager, senior manager, director level roles at companies like Amazon, Apple, Meta, Stripe, eBay, Akamai, HP, so many more that I can't even list here. Okay? So this is the change. This is the fundamental mindset shift that you need to make. You need to learn how to fearlessly position yourself, how to fearlessly market yourself. Okay? Once you learn how to fearlessly market yourself, how to position yourself the right way, you can land your dream offers in any market. You don't have to worry about a recession anymore. Okay? If things are not right at work, if you're not being treated at work, if you've been bullied at work, if you're not growing at work, if you got laid off because there were organizational changes, okay, you can change that in the next 90 days. Okay? And frankly, if I be really honest, learning to fearlessly market yourself is not only important in your job search. It is the same skill that you will use to grow in your career as you're buying that next promotion. And it's the same skill that is applicable to life. I've used the same skill of fearlessly marketing myself to land my own EB-1A green card without having a PhD degree. I have no PhD degree, no master's degree. But I learned how to position myself as the person that they must have in the room. Okay? Because unless you learn how to fearlessly market yourself, somebody else with less experience is going to get the job. I can guarantee you that. Okay? So with that, let me make sure that folks are muted because I see some comments around. Yes, please mute yourself if you haven't already. But yeah, so like from there on, let's talk about exactly what does that 5-step process look like. This is just some examples of how folks have told me that I had true realization and first-hand experience of the fact that a company is lucky to have me. This lady was going to quit, and we gave her coaching on how she should not quit, and instead asked for what she wanted from her company, and then the company wanted to work with her. And all she had to do was really first realize that, the company is lucky to have her in the role. Okay, so let's, now that we have made this mindset shift, now that we have gone from I am lucky to have the job to anybody is lucky to have me, the company is lucky to have me, now we come to strategy. Okay, because no strategies can work, no job search tactics work until you have made that mindset shift. So that is the first place we need to start. It's the first place we start all of our clients in. That is what helps them accelerate their progress so fast once they work with us inside the Fearless Hire program. And then this is the 5-step process that we take everybody through. The process starts with what we call clarity compass. Really getting clear on what your career goals are, and we'll break each one of them down, okay? And we'll share some of the strategies as much as the time allows here today. Some of the strategies along the way on why do you need to get clear on your target role, and how do you get clear on your target role, to what we call authority positioning, and using this authority positioning method to create one version of your resume, not 5, not 10, not 50. One version of your resume for your target role, and how do you elevate the positioning on LinkedIn as well, so that you can start to attract recruiters directly to your inbox without even applying. Then we'll talk about what is the best way to network. It is not sending 100 all text messages, 100 all odd DMs to hiring managers on LinkedIn. That is like literally the lowest ROI activity you can do for your job search. But I'll teach you what does referral flywheel mean. And then one of my favorites, when you do get an interview, how do you actually prepare for your interview? How do you actually answer leadership questions, especially if you are eyeing leadership roles, using our proprietary SOAR interview preparation method, and then finally negotiating your offer by presenting options. And so here we use some MBA level strategies to help our clients win as much as 25 to 150K offer increase. Everything is fair game. All right, so let's get started with the very first step of that 5-step process, which is clarity compass. Okay. Again, this is that one mistake that I see our clients make before they join our program. Okay. The biggest mistake they make is they start with their resume. Everybody wants to jump on fixing their resume. Okay. You want to go and work with the a resume writer on Fiverr, or a resume writer to fix your resume up, pretty up resume. But that doesn't work, okay? That does not work. So the mistake that people make is they start with their resume before asking, what do I want? You have to first start with, what do I want? Yes, even in this market, you start with, what do I want? And so, because if you don't start with what you want, this is what happens, okay? You do not have a clear job search strategy. If you're not clear on what you want, what you're good at, then you are applying to multiple roles because you're not hearing back on that one role that you really want, that you're really good at. And then you get stuck in analysis paralysis. Give me a yes if you guys are here, where you're just sort of throwing darts in the dark. You don't have a clear job search strategy. You're finding yourself opening up the roles that you wanted to apply to, and now you don't even know what is working and what's not working. Right? And this is where we want to go. We want to be really, really clear on our personal and professional, short-term and long-term goals. Okay? So we always start with, what do I want? What is important to me? Not only in my career, but what is important to me as a person? Okay? What is important to me as a partner? What is important to me as a wife? What is important to me as a mom? Okay? We start with our personal and professional goals. Then we get really clear on our target role, and that is what allows us to create a personalized job search strategy. Okay? So this is how the process really works. So I take my clients to 3 exercises. Okay? The very first exercise starts with what we call career ideals. Okay? Really mapping out what is it that I want in my short-term and long-term goals, both personally and professionally. Okay? We list down what are our deal breakers. So these are the things that must be present in my next role, whether it be the flexibility that you're looking for somebody else, it could be money, right? That I'm not going to accept an offer until it hits at least this particular floor. Okay, we're getting really clear on, this is the benefit that I want, this is the location that I want, this is the level of flexibility do I want, do I really must have a remote role? Okay, this is the minimum compensation that I want. And then we're getting really clear on, what do I like to do? Okay, what do I like to do? What are my interests? What lights me up? What brings that spark back? Okay, so getting really clear with that. The next step is we get clear with, what is the company looking for? Okay, so this is where we have to really, really understand that these are my core skill sets. This is my core USP. This is what I want in my next role. And then we get clear on, this is what the target role is. Okay, this is based on what I want, what I like, what my experience is. This is the role I want to target. Okay, at this certain level, in a certain sized company. And then getting really clear on, what are the key skills and experiences that company is looking for. Okay, so we start with us, then we start with the company. This is what we bring to the table. This is what the company wants. Okay, in the role that you're looking for. And what that does is it allows us to create a bridge between where we are and where we want to go. Okay, you cannot create a bridge between anything unless you understand point A and point B. So you get clear with point A, you get clear with point B, and then you create that bridge. Okay, and then you can kind of map out, what are my core transferable skills. And I like to teach my clients this framework, which we call the 4-dimensional skill set, which allows them to map their transferable skills in 4 different dimensions, which we call domain skills, which is industry skill set. Which industry do you belong to? Do you belong to the tech industry, telecommunications industry, healthcare industry, fintech industry, banking industry, and so on? Functional skill set, which is whether you're in supply chain, you're in finance, you're in program management, you're in product management, you're in software engineering, you're in data analytics, your functional skill set. Then you get clear on your technical skill set. These are the core technologies that I'm comfortable with. Am I a back-end engineer? I'm a front-end engineer. Am I very good with Python? Like, what are those technical skills that you bring to the table? And then if you have leadership skill set, have I managed teams? Have I managed P&L? Have I managed budgets? What is my scope that I've overseen? Okay. And really mapping all of that out clearly allows you to clearly create a bridge between what you want and what the company is looking for. Okay. And this is what an exercise, and this is what allows us to create what we call the unique value proposition. Because in today's market, it is not only important to position yourself as a product manager. There are a million other product managers, okay? Or just as a technical program manager, because there are thousands of others who are vying for the same job, okay? We have to really be clear on, what is my unique value proposition as a TPM leader? Or if I'm a software engineer, what is that intersection of my domain skills, my functional skills, my technical skills, my leadership skills, my interest do I sit on that gives me the skills that the company is looking for that nobody else has. Okay, what is unique about me and my experience that the company is looking for? Okay, so we do these exercises, which we call the career ideals map, the mapping out your 10-year career ideals map, mapping out your 10-year career roadmap, and then doing the 4-dimensional skill set that allows you to get really, really clear on your unique value proposition. Okay, and it's super important to get clear on your unique value proposition first before you can go on to create your resume and your LinkedIn. Okay, because if you do that exercise, if you skip that exercise, if you go on to create your resume and LinkedIn before getting clear on what is your unique value proposition, you will end up creating 50 versions of your resume. You will end up targeting 5 different roles in your search, and your efforts will be distributed through multiple different roles, and you essentially are then not the top candidate for any one role. Okay, so super important to start with your unique value proposition, and when you do that, you get results like these. Okay, this is one of my clients who's a director of sales, and before we started working together, she was not getting any interviews. The ones that she was getting was for very junior roles. Okay, because she was not super clear on what scope she has managed. Okay, what her leadership skills were, what her core functional skills were. And so she was using titles that were below the scope that she had actually delivered. And that was holding her back in her job search. And as soon as we fixed that, she started getting literally 2-3 interviews from LinkedIn every single week. Every single week. Okay, so super important to understand this is the scope at which I've delivered. And then align your resume, your LinkedIn, your titles, your experience, all to the scope that you've delivered. Okay, here's another example. She's the one who just landed a director of product management role. And we started with defining her positioning so that she can clearly articulate, she could clearly understand first her wins and what is her experience, what's her core value proposition. And she was able to clearly articulate that on her resume on LinkedIn. Like literally within 6 weeks of joining the program, she accepted a director position with another company. Okay, so we all have to start there. Okay. Amazing. Let's move on to step number 2. Step number 2 is authority positioning. Before I go there, is everybody with me? Is everybody with me? Does everybody understand? Give me a yes if you understand why you need to start with unique value proposition before you jump on creating your resume. Okay. Amazing. So second step is what we call authority positioning. Okay. This is where you create that one version of your resume which clearly articulates the value proposition that you've identified in the first step. Okay, and you've clearly identified this is my target role, given where I want to go in my career, given where I want to go in my search. Okay, so this is where I find people before they join the program. Okay, let me know if this is you. I find people are using ChatGPT to tweak their resume for each application. Give me a how yes, if this is you. If you're using ChatGPT to tweak every single application, because frankly, gurus on LinkedIn have told you that you need to use ChatGPT to tweak your application. You're applying to hundreds of online applications only to be rejected. I see a lot of yeses. And then top recruiters are not reaching out to you on LinkedIn. You are reaching out to them, but they are not reaching out to you. Okay. Instead, what we want to have happen is we should have only one keyword optimized resume that positions you as the top candidate for target roles, so that recruiters from Fame Plus, your dream companies, even if you're not targeting Fame, your top dream companies are reaching out to you on LinkedIn without you even applying. Okay, that is the shift we want to make. So here's a fundamental sort of belief that will help you understand why it is so critical to have a resume on LinkedIn that attracts recruiters to you instead of you always trying to reach out to them. Is because if you look at it, each one of us is a business of one. We all are businesses of one. And in today's market, in today's world, our resume and our LinkedIn is our digital billboard. Okay. We are a business of one because we are trying to sell our core skill set to a company where there's a match. Okay, so we're offering our services, we're offering our skill sets to a company that we want to work for, that we admire, that will benefit from our core skills. Okay, and the way we bring ourselves to light is what marketing is. And so your resume on LinkedIn acts as your digital billboard. Okay, that's like fundamentally that's what it is. So it's super important that you optimize your digital billboard if you want others to find you, instead of you always reaching out to them. So I want to talk to you, give you a behind the scenes of how recruiters actually search for candidates. Okay, this comes from my experience, both as a hiring manager, of how I found top candidates in ATS, right? Like, and so when I was at Amazon, not only was I hiring for my teams, I was a hiring manager. I oversaw a team that maintained all of the recruiting processes for every candidate that came across, that wanted to apply for Amazon and that came across in any of the organization at Amazon. So I had a behind the scene of how exactly the recruiting process works behind the door. Okay, so how exactly ATS works, how exactly recruiters find folks in ATS, which is applicant tracking system that majority of the companies use, and how people move through the pipeline. And I use the system to also find candidates for my own roles as a hiring manager. And I also want to give you a little bit of a background of how ATS works, and also how recruiters find people on LinkedIn. So recruiters use this software, which is called Recruiter Lite. Yes, Sarah says I'm a current recruiter, I can attest. And recruiters use this software called Recruiter Lite on LinkedIn. And this behind the peak sort of comes directly from a recruiter expert who's a Google recruiter who teaches our clients inside the program. And it comes directly from him that 90% of the inbound that recruiters get, people reaching out to them, hey, can you look at my resume? Hey, I'm a good candidate, look at my resume. Recruiters ignore that, okay? Because they get so much inbound. Best candidates are actually sourced. Recruiters reach out. Best candidates are actually sourced through finding them through Recruiter Lite on LinkedIn, or by finding them in ATS, okay? Finding the resume in ATS. And both Recruiter Lite and ATS work very similarly, okay? Essentially, they are both places to be able to do search using some relevant keywords, okay? Some relevant filters and some relevant keywords. So some relevant filters like the number of years of experience, the location, the job titles that you've held currently in the past. So like certain filters that recruiters are able to put, or me as a hiring manager was able to put if I wanted to search somebody in. And then based on the keywords that you have in the resume, you will come up either in the Recruiter Lite as top candidates or in ATS. So when somebody tells you, oh my God, like be the very first one, apply for a role within 15 minutes of it getting published, that's nonsense. Yes, you don't want to sit for too long to apply for a role, but you don't want to also jump. Just because you have applied within 15 minutes of a role being published is not going to exponentially increase your chances of being selected. What's exponentially going to increase your chances of being selected is having the right long tail keywords, the right, what we call high fidelity keywords. Okay. So this is what my clients do to understand what is the right keywords to bring on your resume. What are those high fidelity keywords to bring on their resume? High fidelity meaning the keywords that have a high frequency of showing up, they have high authority, and those are the keywords recruiters and hiring managers are looking for. It's a simple process. You all can do that as well. Okay. First of all, you go and search for 30 job descriptions for your target role. Okay. You manually read through the job descriptions. You notice the list. You notice and write down the list of keywords that are getting repeated through those job descriptions. You make a list of all of the industry jargon that is getting repeated in the job descriptions, and then you bring that on your resume. It's as simple as that, okay? And then once you've identified those list of high fidelity keywords, you pair that up with our authority positioning framework. That is what I teach inside the program, where with a certain level of vocabulary, you elevate the experience from being an individual contributor to somebody who's more strategic in nature. And then you pair up these high fidelity keywords and that authority language to build a resume that speaks to next level roles, that speaks to these roles at top companies, okay? And then we provide a bunch of already proven resumes that our clients have used to get into Meta, Apple, Google, Amazon. And then we use these proven templates to bring on your own experience with high fidelity keywords and authority language to create one resume that will now speak directly to the roles that you're targeting. And the reason why it works is because the starting point is the target roles. You started with those 30 job descriptions. That's the starting point. Okay. So because you started there and you're working backwards from it, you now have a resume that clearly speaks to your target roles with language that is positioning you to the next level, with results that are positioning you to a next level. So if somebody wants to take a snapshot of this picture, you're welcome to. This is just one example of what a good summary looks like, and one example of what good bullet points look like if you're using those high fidelity keywords and if you're using the authority positioning method. Okay, where the top one is written for product management leader, where they're talking about their experience in both B2B, B2C SaaS. They're using very relevant high fidelity keywords for product management role. They're talking very clearly about the big scope they've managed, which is their leadership skill set, the level of budget size they've managed, the level of team size they've managed, and they're very clear in that. Okay, and the same logic follows through in the bullet points as well. I keep getting this like from people, are you sharing your screen? Can folks see my screen? I think they are, right? Yeah, and so you might want to like hop off and hop back in if somebody is not able to see their screen. But yeah, this would be an example of how an optimized resume would look like. And this is once you've created one version of your resume, then like it is going to work for all of your target roles. One target role. When I say target roles, one target role. Okay. And here's kind of how I can tell you like this works. Remember, like I talked about this lady who got her dream offer at Apple, and she also got her another offer as a delivery director with a startup, and had one other offer lined up. I can't remember where it was, but all she did was we helped her reposition her experience by rebranding her resume. Okay, she was also in the rounds with eBay. 382K lead TPM offer with Apple. No network needed. She had no network. She had just recently moved from Singapore. Okay. Or this one where she had talked about, I got this interview and multiple offers without a referral through direct application. It's simply because we repositioned her existing experience by using our authority positioning method. Okay. And a 260K plus lead solutions architect offer. Okay, so do not believe everything that you hear around. You have to network nonstop. Networking helps. We're going to talk about how to properly do networking, what is the best way to do networking, but it can only work if you have a resume that clearly highlights and positions you as the best candidate for the role. Okay, so that is what I wanted to share with you about resume. And then LinkedIn just needs to be a mirror image of your resume. Okay, because you've already done the work to bring on those high fidelity keywords on your resume. You've already done the work to level up your resume to speak directly to next level lead, senior manager, director level roles. You just simply mirror your LinkedIn. Okay, and the 4 areas that you need to focus on LinkedIn is your headline. Okay, that has the biggest impact in terms of keyword optimization and keyword search. Then your about section. Then your job descriptions, job titles, and then your job descriptions. Once you've optimized these 4, then you are able to track your LinkedIn analytics to really understand whether LinkedIn is bringing you the right type of visibility, and LinkedIn is going to bring you recruiters from top companies directly to your inbox. Just like for Anusha. Okay, Anusha talked about here, like in the 2 months that she had been in the program, she got more responses than ever before, and she was contacted without even her applying by Amazon, Remitly, Coinbase, Google, Stripe, to name a few. Okay, that she talks about how she got her spark back. And before she had joined the program, she thought that something was wrong with her. Something was wrong with her experience. She's a principal TPM at Oracle. She thought like something was wrong with her experience. But no, all that needed to be done was to reshift her positioning so that her resume can clearly speak to the level of experience that she had. Okay. Amazing. Who's with me so far? Is that helpful? Give me a yes if it's helpful. Amazing. Okay. We're going to go for 2 hours. I'm telling you, like, this is what happened. I tried my very best this morning. I was trying to like squeeze the slide deck and see how I can cut a few slides here. And I was like, no, I want to share all of this with you because this works. This works. Okay. So let's go on and let's talk about step number 3. Okay. Step number 3 is what we call referral flywheel networking strategy. Okay, networking referral flywheel strategy. So this is what happens before. Okay, you are sending mass cold messages on recruiters on LinkedIn only to be hosted. Give me a yes if that's you. You're sending mass cold messages to recruiter on LinkedIn only to be hosted. Yes. You've also probably been told that you should find 20 people who are working at your dream company and you should send messages to each one of them. And that should be your networking strategy. Worried about getting a restraining order? Yes. Yeah, you should be worried about LinkedIn banning you. You should be. Because LinkedIn, if you really send out these mass messages, DMs, LinkedIn can actually shadow ban your LinkedIn profile. Okay, so this is what I find, like lots of people are doing. They're sending mass cold messages to recruiters, or 20 people who are working at a certain company in hopes of getting a referral. Okay, and the second mistake I see people often make is they hesitate to reach out to their network because they don't want to bother them. Yeah, Ravina says there's got an advice from another popular recruiting company. But that's the problem with sending mass cold messages to hiring managers and recruiters on LinkedIn. Okay, 1 in 100 may work. Okay, 1 in 100 may work. But if you really think about it, if you only are hearing back on 1 in 100 messages, what does that do to your confidence? You're already getting no's from companies. You already don't know what is working in the market. People already left and right are telling you everything is so bad. And now you're hearing no after no. It kills it. Whatever confidence is left, it kills it. Okay? It really does. And LinkedIn is, networking is really a long game. Okay? If you are networking or reaching out to people when you need a job, it's very transactional. It's very, very transactional. Okay? So I don't teach that. I don't like to teach my clients that. Okay, what you need to do is you need to do targeted networking that actually leads to advocacy. I've also been a hiring manager. I've also been, I'm not proud of it, but I have also not looked at applications that have come in even with a referral. I just didn't have time. When I was at Amazon, I didn't have time to look through and sort through hundreds of applications that have come in, even with the ones that came with a referral. The only ones that I actually looked at and finally interviewed were the ones that came with an advocacy, where somebody had actually reached out on somebody else's behalf and said, Richa, look at this particular resume that came in from Lakshmi. She's amazing. I've worked with her previously. Please speak with her. Okay. So what we really want is advocacy. Okay. Not transactional referrals. And we want to get to a place where people are offering to connect you for internal roles without even asking. Okay, so this is what I call my referral flywheel networking strategy. This is what we teach inside the program. We all have what we call hot connections. Okay, this is our first degree connections, not first degree connections on LinkedIn, but these are very, very, very close family, friends, colleagues that if you tomorrow pick up the call, they will do anything to help you. We all have them, even if you think you don't, because we just haven't thought systematically through it. Okay, so inside the Fearless Hire, teach my clients like a process to think through systematically through it. But all you have to do is, in a structural way, think through who are my friends, who are my colleagues, who are my people that I go to church with, who are the people who I have worked with in the past, my past bosses. Like make a list of people who I've gone to school with, people who are my hot connections. Okay, then you follow what's called box the ask, which means that you get really clear on the 4 things that you want to put in 4 lines when you're making an ask about what you want. Okay, what role I'm looking for, which industry, what level, what I bring to the table. Literally, that's it. Okay, very clear. Then you ask each hot connection not only for referrals and advocacy for roles that exist in their company, you ask for warm introduction. You say, hey, Asha, I am really interested in a role at Microsoft. I know you, and assume Asha works at Microsoft. I'm really interested in this role at Microsoft. Do you know the hiring manager? Asha says, no, unfortunately, I don't know the hiring manager. Happy to put a referral. Say, no problem, Asha. I also saw that you were connected to Jane at Apple and Ashish at Amazon. Okay. Oh yeah, Ashish is a really good friend. Can you help me make an introduction and I'll take it from there? And that is how you you convert every hot connection into 2 warm introductions. And then you nurture with value, you convert them into hot connections, and you multiply that, right? You take every hot connection, 2 warm introductions, and then from there, another 2 warm introductions, another 2. And that is how you create you get a referral flywheel. So that you're not randomly reaching out to strangers on LinkedIn begging for a referral. This just does not work. Okay, so this is how you want to create a referral flywheel, and this is how you want to send the message. Don't send it this way. Okay, this is how I got messages all the time when I was at Amazon. Hi Richa, I came across your open job posting on LinkedIn. Based on job description, my profile was an excellent fit. Here's my resume. Have a look. Looking forward to speaking with you. What's wrong with it? You're making me do the work. You're making me first figure out which job description are you talking about? Which posting are you talking about? I have 5 postings. Okay? Why should I care? What is so good with your experience that I should care? And why should I open up your resume and do the work? Instead, do this. Very clearly talk about, I came across XYZ technical program manager job posting with the job posting number that you had on LinkedIn. This is exactly what my experience is and why I'm good for this role. Here are 3 times that I want to suggest. I can find more times, but here are 3 times I want to suggest where I would love to have a quick 10-minute chat. Would you be open? Okay? And when you stop making me do the work as a hiring manager, okay? You make it very clear in the first 3 seconds why they should care and make it easy for them to speak with you. And if you do need to reach out to somebody with this on LinkedIn, this is going to exponentially increase the number of callbacks the number of people who are willing to speak with you. When it's a thoughtful message, you don't make everybody do the work. Okay? So do not do icky outreach on LinkedIn. It doesn't work. If you need to do outreach on LinkedIn, do a thoughtful outreach. Okay? And really use the referral flywheel. And that is what all of our clients do. They use the referral flywheel, and this is what happens. Like, this one example, she secured a direct referral with Dropbox, and within 10 hours, she had an interview lined up. Okay, or Bhavya, like one of my older clients, she got a manager role at KPMG through referral, complete with a visa sponsorship. Okay, because she reached out to somebody who she was very, very close to. They vouched for her. They made an advocacy for her. Okay, so referral and networking is a very long game. Okay, you start with, this is what I want, this is what I'm good at. Really ensure that your positioning is right. No referral in the world would work. Not even this referral strategy that I'm teaching you is going to work if your positioning is not right. Okay, so you need to first focus on positioning, and then you use the referral flywheel to get referrals, and then comes the interview. Okay, then comes the interview. So this is what happens when you finally get the interview. Okay, you pray that the hiring manager doesn't ask you questions that you haven't prepared for. Who's been like crossing their fingers going into the interview that, oh my God, I think I've done my preparation, but I hope they don't ask me the hard questions that I haven't prepared for. Naima says yes. SS says yes. Yeah, so like we hope and pray they don't ask us hard questions that we haven't prepared for, and then we become extremely nervous in interviews. We start rambling, and as soon as you start rambling, you stop projecting confidence, and you've killed your chances of moving forward. Rambling is my go-to, Pamela says. And this is what we want, okay? We want to feel 200% in control of the interview process and confident in your ability to answer any question, okay? You win over the interviewers so that you can win over the interviewers and get an offer even before you can send a thank you email, okay? That is the place you want to be in. That they love you so much that they offer. This has happened multiple times with my clients where they offer you at the next level role. Bhavya, her example that I just showed, she had interviewed for assistant manager role, got offered a manager role. Previously, I showed an example, Lucid Motors. She interviewed for staff TPM role, and finally got an offer for senior staff TPM role. Okay. One of my other clients, she had interviewed for a BIE role. A BIE role, and the hiring manager said your experience is more suited for senior BIE role. It just like bumped her up because you've done such a fabulous job in the interview process that they see you at the next level, and that is what we want to carry through. This position we want to carry through. So fundamentally, what is the hiring manager looking for in an interview process? In an interview process, hiring managers are looking for 2 things. Okay. Hiring manager is looking for how confident you are and how competent you are. Okay, they're looking for confidence because they are not only looking to get bums in the seat. At least a good company is not only looking to get bums in the seat. Okay, a good company is looking to get people who can work with other people. Okay, who can work with other smart people. All the top companies, they're looking for people who can work cross-functionally. They can work with other smart people who have equally important personal professional goals. Okay, they're looking for people who can confidently lead others, who can lead through ambiguity. Okay, and they're looking for people who would ultimately grow into leadership positions to potentially take the helm of the company. Okay, and then the second thing that they're looking for is competence. Okay, they're looking for competence because you also need to do your job. And so, how do you project confidence? You project confidence by giving clear and concise answers. Okay, by demonstrating structure of thought, so that you're not rambling. There's structure and logic to how you're answering, and through also demonstrating on-screen presence or your Zoom presence. Okay, all these three things enable you to project that next level executive presence and confidence in the interview process. And how do you demonstrate competence? You would demonstrate competence by sharing relevant experience, by giving enough technical depth, even if you are interviewing for leadership roles. I think this is a myth when people feel that for leadership roles, they don't have to go through technical depth. In fact, you have to go through this delicate dance of giving enough technical depth by also demonstrating structure of thought. Okay, and then you demonstrate competence also by giving not only depth of technical experience, but also breadth of scope and impact, variety of scope and impact that you've managed. Okay, so that is what hiring manager is looking for. That is what I looked for when I hired for my team. Is this person confident, or is this person competent? So here's a controversial take that I have that will like blow your socks off. Okay, STAR framework does not work for leadership roles. How many of you have been preparing for your interviews using the STAR framework? Situation, task, action, result. Rohini says, agree, it doesn't work. Yes, STAR framework is the most nonsensical framework I've heard. Cost me a lot of jobs before I created the SOAR framework. Okay, STAR framework does not work for leadership roles. Okay, it does not work for leadership roles because it keeps you in the weeds. Okay, it's situation, task, action, result. It's task, you share task, you share actions. What is even the difference between task and actions? There's no difference. Okay, so the STAR framework keeps you in the weeds. It leaves the interviewer underwhelmed with your experience. It robs you of a chance to tell the interviewer, why is your experience so critical? Why is this business critical? Okay, why is it business critical? And it also robs you of the opportunity to tell the interviewer how good you are as a leader. Okay, what is your emotional maturity? What's your leadership maturity? So STAR doesn't allow any of that. So when I had prepared for Amazon, and now we've used this process with all of our clients, folks have used it to get into Apple, Meta, Amazon, some of these big top companies. We use the method which is called SOAR. Okay, we use SOAR. And SOAR is my proprietary framework, and SOAR stands for situation, obstacle, action, results, and reflection. Okay, so situation meaning what is the context, which is the same as the STAR, like what is the context of the problem? Because oftentimes you are sharing oftentimes you're sharing examples that the other person may not be aware of, so you're giving the context. Then comes the most important part, the obstacle, or what is the business criticality of the problem that you are trying to solve. It works for leadership roles, it also works for IC roles. Even as an individual contributor, you have to be very clear in articulating that not only did I do the job, but I understood why this job was so important for the business. This is where you talk about, had I not done the job, like even as an IC, had I not done what I was supposed to do, my business would have suffered. We would have lost money. Okay. So you really highlight the business criticality of the problem that you're solving. Then you structure your answers in 3 steps, 3 buckets, 3 actions, 3 phases. You leverage the power of 3. Okay, so you talk about the 3 actions that you took, and this is where we teach you how to have this balance of technical depth and leadership ability to really clearly articulate what were those actions that you took in a way that confidently demonstrate that you are a technical leader as much as a strategic leader. Then you share what was the quantitative and qualitative impact, business impact of what you did. And then finally, you are able to share, what did I learn from this experience? Okay, what did I learn from this experience? And somebody's asking, should resume follow the SOAR framework? Absolutely. Resume is nothing but a shortened version of the SOAR framework. And that is why our resume, the way we write bullet points in resume work. Because literally every bullet point is showing what is the business criticality of the problem, how I solved it, and the result I got from it. Business criticality, how I solved it, result. Business criticality, how I solved it, and the result. Okay, so this is the process I teach my clients. And then the clients that we work with who work in our personalized coaching program, we do multiple mock interviews. We do unlimited mock interviews where we give them feedback on how are the answers, how are the behavioral interviews demonstrating their competence as well as their confidence. Okay, we give them feedback on their on-Zoom presence. We give them feedback on their executive presence. We give them feedback on their tonality, on their pace, on their ability to come across as that top candidate that a hiring manager is looking for. And you can see, like Dr. Josiane says here, that using some of our interview prep frameworks, for the first time she could answer questions without reading. Okay. And she is one of those folks who interviewed originally for data scientist role and finally got a senior data scientist offer. Okay. So stop using the STAR framework, start using the SOAR framework. And all of you here who are on the call, we will share with you the interview prep document, which has our top most common questions that get asked. And it also lays down exactly how the SOAR framework works. Okay. So we are going to share that with each one of you towards the end of the session today. Okay. So that is how you interview. And then finally, step number 5 is my favorite. Okay. It's my favorite because I hate women leaving money on the table. Okay. I don't want any woman to leave money on the table. Okay. So we use, I use my MBA learning, my MBA strategies to help everybody negotiate the right offer. We have helped women negotiate as much as 100% increase in their offer. Okay. 100% increase in what they were making before. Okay. So essentially, you want to go from lowballing yourself for fear of the bad market or not negotiating at all to really negotiating without any fear, without the fear of offer being rescinded. Okay. Because if you do not negotiate and you accept the offer, leaning into fear, leaning into not giving your ability to negotiate, you are going to regret it later. Okay. And I don't like to live in regrets. So you want to go from lowballing yourself for fear of bad market to really taking control of that negotiations conversation. Okay. And this is a mind-boggling fact that I found from Glassdoor, that women ask for 30% less than men during salary negotiations. 30% less. Who here? Put me in the chat if you have negotiated less than what you know you could have, or you accepted an offer without negotiating. How did that make you feel? And more importantly than making you feel, like it's real hard cash that you're leaving on the table. Let me give you this little sort of calculation that I did. Okay, let's conservatively assume that women are negotiating 20K less than men are today in their offer. Just 20K less in today's in the offer today. Over the lifespan of your career, that amounts to 2.5 million compounded annually at a conservative rate of 8%. If you make 20K less now than your male counterparts, you can have 2.5 million less for your family. How convoluted is that? Why are we leaving money on the table? We have to learn how to negotiate. We have to learn how to negotiate even if we are immigrant. Because I get this all the time. If I negotiate and I'm an immigrant, they're going to rescind the offer. Or at work, if I try to negotiate my salary, they're going to hate me and they're going to lay me off. I was an immigrant. I've learned this the hard way and I've also negotiated the right way. And negotiations can get you life-changing offers, right? Like this lady who negotiated a 400K offer with Meta, a 400K, 150K increase in offer. Okay. This one had a total of 350K compensation, including RSUs. This one will top, with the 25% annual bonus and equity, top 400 also. What can that money do for you? What can the money do for your family? I think it's worth thinking about that. It's worth learning the skills to negotiate well. Okay. And we do that using what we call the option negotiation strategy, where we present two options that are both working for us. Okay, so like we have scripts, we have these counter offer strategies for our personalized coaching program. I work personally with my clients to help them negotiate, to draft this counter offer strategy. And then we negotiate anywhere from 25K to 150K increase in offer. Okay, so let's recap. We are over an hour and I still have to talk to you. Okay, so let's recap all of what we have learned so far. First of all, we started with this big mindset shift that each one of us need to make. Any company is lucky to have me. You have to stop believing that we are lucky to have the job, and we have to go to any company is lucky to have me. And then we follow this 5-step strategy once we've made this mindset shift, once we have stopped doubting ourselves, okay, once we have stopped giving imposter syndrome our power, my clients like follow these 5-step strategy. We start with what's important to us. We get really clear on our career goals. Then we use authority positioning method to level up our resume and our LinkedIn and create one version of our resume and LinkedIn for next level roles. Then the way we network, if we do network, we network it very strategically, converting our hot referrals into warm referrals and creating this referral flywheel. We don't spend our energy trying to message left and right to people we don't even know. Then we really crush our interviews using the SOAR interview preparation method. And then finally, we use option anchor method to negotiate life-changing increase in compensation. Okay, this is the process that takes you from being fearful of the market to becoming recession-proof. This is the process that's going to take you from feeling like I don't know what I'm doing to landing dream offers in as little as 90 days. Okay, so I want you to imagine a future. Okay, I want you to imagine a future. What does your future look like? What does good look like to you? I want to see in the chat, like please put it in the chat. What do you think is possible in 6 months? What's possible in 3 months? What's possible in 6 months? What's possible like 1 year, 5 years from now? How will it feel like crushing it with no regrets? Shweta says crushing it with no regrets. Tell me like in the chat, how will it feel like to get excited for a role that you feel super excited to get up in the morning? How will it feel like to have that role? Yeah, remote jobbing 400K, yes. Tell me like, what would it feel like to you if you were able to get into a role where you know you are serving your potential? Where you're making an impact every day through your work. All of that is possible. Landing a dream role at Google, 400K remote role at a company of your dream choice, an FTE role. We had client who just moved from a contractor role for years years and years at end to a full-time role. Like all of that is possible. Okay, and then what does it make possible to earn the type of money that you could only if you stop fearing the market? Okay, you can pay down debt. You know, I've had clients who support parents overseas. I have clients who want to send their kids to private school, right? I have clients who are now able to finally afford the mortgage without worrying that both partners always have to work all the time. Like they're not stressing about it anymore. One partner is able to now get a job, like now is in a role where if the other one wants to take a break, they can do that for their family. And I think more importantly for the moms that I work with in my program, I work with a lot of moms in my program as well. They feel proud of the careers that they have built. Okay, and they feel proud that they're setting examples for their little daughters and sons of what's possible for them because they're doing it. They're setting an example. Our kids are always looking up to us, right? What would it feel like to have deep peace and joy knowing that you're finally working your potential? Okay, so I really invite you all to soak into the possibility, to see what's possible. I hope I was able to show you several examples of what's possible. Okay, you have to stop fearing the market. There are real strategies that you can implement that people are implementing right now to get dream offers and dream roles. Okay, so from here, I want to talk about kind of what does it look like for those clients who want to work with us inside the Fearless Hire program. Okay, I would say that right now in the room we have about 200 plus people, and there are two types of people in this room. Okay, right now there are folks who say that this has been a great masterclass. Okay, I really strive my very best to share strategies with you that you can just like literally take and walk away and implement it yourself. And you may say that I know exactly what needs to happen now to land my next offer. Okay, and for those of you, I'm so happy for you, right? Like, go and implement this. Go and take action for your career. Anything is possible. Okay, and then there are folks in the room who are like, Richa, I really resonate with what you are saying. I really resonate with your style. I really resonate with the strategies that you shared. I can really see this makes a lot of sense. And I'm ready to follow a proven process. And I want personalized feedback and accountability to land my next role. Okay. And so for those of you who are, I am ready for more, I'm ready to follow an exact process that is proven to work in this current market, because I am done with trial and error. I'm done trying to do this myself because it's also very isolating to do it yourself. I want to talk to you about how the Fearless Hire works. This is my signature program. I've been running it for over 3 years now. Okay. And my signature program that helps ambitious women who are ready to stop playing small and finally land 200, 500K offers in this market, in this very market. Okay. So this is what we want to spend some time talking about. And before we start, I want to just really highlight this program is not for everybody. Okay. This program is not for everybody. Who is this program really for? This program is for ambitious women who are serious about their careers. Okay, who are not only looking to job hop for another like 20K or so. This program is for women who want to build fulfilling careers, who are ready to take action to make dream roles happen. Okay, so wishful thinking does not get dream offers. Hard work does. Hard work combined with the right strategy lands dream offers. Okay, so action needs to be taken. Work has to be done. Okay, so if you are the one who's serious about their career, who are willing to take action, then this program is for you. Okay, this program is also not for you if you're not coachable, you're not trying to try out a different perspective. As you saw in the masterclass today as well, I shared many strategies that are very counterintuitive to what you've been following so far. People said that that is something that had been told to you in different programs you may be part of, and the reason probably why you're here is because that is not working. Okay, so many strategies that I tell my clients may feel counterintuitive at first, but you got to be coachable. You got to be open to different perspectives to see what's possible. And if that's you, then this program would be right for you. And then for the program, most of these the strategies will work for new grads. Majority of the strategies and teachings that I have, they apply to experienced professionals. Okay, so the program is best fit for you if you have at least 5 years of experience in tech or tech focused roles. Okay, we have clients anywhere from product to program to engineering to supply chain to finance to business intelligence and strategy ops roles. And so if you are in tech or tech focused roles or in an adjacent role in tech companies, this program is for you. Okay, so let's talk about kind of how the program actually works. And so for the very first time in the program, I'm super proud, like we're offering 2 levels of support. Okay. For the very first time, just given the amount of interest and folks reaching out to us on how we can work together, I've decided to open 2 levels of support in the program. And so that you can essentially choose the program that works for you and the level of support that you need. Okay. And we'll talk about exactly how both of these work. Our first program is called the Fearless Hire Accelerator. It is for somebody who wants proven strategies, they want group coaching and community, and they want just group accountability to get unstuck and land their next role. Okay, so then the Accelerator program would be for you. And if you are the one who says, no, Richa, I want more personalized support, I want personalized one-on-one eyes on everything that I'm doing, I want in the trenches support from you, and I want one-on-one accountability for faster breakthroughs, then the Fearless Hire Elite is for you. Okay, and we'll talk about how both of these programs work. Okay, both of these programs, the Accelerator and the Elite, they follow our core curriculum strategy, which is anchored in four pillars. Okay, the 4 pillars are our signature curriculum. So the curriculum follows the 5 steps that I shared with you earlier today. These are our proven strategies to take you from end-to-end process of the job search, all the way from identifying what is the right role and the right level you should be targeting, to how do you use authority positioning to level up your resume, your LinkedIn, to how do you network strategically, to how do you actually answer interview questions, both behavioral questions, but the structure applies to your technical rounds as well as how do you negotiate, up to 150K offer increases. So both of the programs lead into our signature curriculum. Excuse me. They both leverage no fluff coaching. Okay, I am very straightforward in the way we give coaching. So is all of our other experts in the program, and it's the coaching piece that allow you to get faster feedback, so that you know exactly what you need to do in your search, so that you're not shooting darts in the dark. Okay, both of the programs allow you to get the level of accountability and support, and accountability is what allows focus in your search. Okay, it's like, think about going to the gym. I mean, at least I can kind of talk about, I go and I work with a personal trainer in the gym because yes, I can go and follow these free training videos on Instagram and free training videos in the apps. Some of us have apps and such. But the results will differ if our focus is different. Okay, if we don't have that faster feedback cycle, if I don't have my trainer telling me, Richa, this is how you're lifting incorrectly. Okay, I may feel like I'm doing so many reps, but if it's not leading to results because I'm not really focusing and lifting correctly, right? So the coaching, the accountability allows for faster feedback, faster progress, and faster focus. And they both leverage our amazing community of women. We have an amazing community of women that we work with. Okay, we're all ambitious women looking to move to their next level roles. And I really have found that community is one of the best aspects of the programs you run, because community gives hope. Okay, community gives hope. Community gives you resilience, because it allows you to see, even though I'm struggling right now, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Like, we celebrate wins together, we celebrate failures together, we support each other in peer networking and peer coaching. We are there for each other, okay? And it gives you hope that this is possible. Like, anything is possible for me, okay? So we need all four of these. We need proven strategies, fast feedback, focus, and hope, okay? So let's break each one of them down. The first one is comprehensive step-by-step curriculum. Okay, so our step-by-step curriculum lays out exactly, it has training videos, it has scripts, templates, and lays down exactly what steps you need to take for each step of the job search process. Okay, it takes you out of analysis paralysis. It helps you, it has several resume templates. We have several templates for various different roles, so that you know exactly what works for top companies. Okay, so all you have to do is like plug and play your experience after you understood what your unique value proposition is in those resumes and LinkedIn. We teach you exactly how do you answer common interview questions, how do you leverage and build your stories in the SOAR framework, and we have negotiation scripts and everything to do with all steps of the job search process. And then we also have a complete module on mindset, because in the program we focus a lot on mindset. Okay, no strategies, as I said, would work if our brain is not in the right place. If you're constantly doubting ourselves, you're constantly in imposter syndrome, then no strategies are going to work. So we have a complete module on how to ditch imposter syndrome and permanently shift into the mindset of they're lucky to have me. So as I was saying, like, there are plug and play templates, there are networking scripts, negotiations template, we have a complete job search tracker, we have swipe files of actual interview stories from folks who have interviewed for Amazon, Meta, and so on and so forth. And then we have several sort of custom GPTs that we have leveraged to help our clients ask better questions to hiring managers, to better and faster prepare for the interview process as well. Okay, we have folks from finance. I was seeing like some questions come in as well. We have folks from finance. We have a designer who recently joined the program who has worked previously with Apple, Google, and Microsoft. And so as long as you are either aiming for tech roles or you are in tech or tech adjacent roles, is going to work. The only roles that we don't necessarily work with are if they are, like teachers or pure play administrative roles and so on. Okay. The second step is real-time no-fluff coaching. So as part of the program, you have access to weekly Q&A calls with myself and other FANG Plus hiring managers. Our hiring managers have worked previously with companies like Microsoft. We have a recruiter recruiting expert in the program who's at Google. And so you have an opportunity to ask questions, just drop in office hours to ask any questions anywhere that you're stuck. Either through our drop-in office hours or through our Slack, open Slack Q&A, and get some feedback in real time. And this is what kind of Shweta is saying, right? Like Shweta says that she, just like working in the program, gave her real clarity and a renewed sense of direction and in her job search. And what really stood out to her was just like the personalized attention that she got in the program, even though this is, all of the attention, all the work that we do is in group. So this is like unlike any other group programs that you're aware of, because group, just generic advice doesn't work. And advice for what could work for Akanksha may not work for Gianna, right? And so you have access to open office hours, you have access to Slack to just drop in and ask questions, and we give you advice that is tailored to you. Imagine, like, you can essentially, like, these are actual questions that have come in. Imagine you can ask questions like, hey, I keep getting interviews, not making it past the hiring manager round. Can I post some questions, post some of my answers and get feedback? Or, I'm eyeing a B2B SaaS product company. Can somebody review my LinkedIn headline and make sure that I'm using the right keywords? Or how do I ask referral for the right way? Can somebody review my script? Or I just got an offer for $280,000 and I want to push it more. Here's the counter that I drafted based on the templates that I have. Can I get some feedback? And so to be able to have that kind of feedback almost in real time, think about like what that can do for your search. Then you're not kind of feeling lost anywhere and trying to do this and figure it out on your own. And so our office hours, our drop-in Slack allow you to do that. Okay. Our community. So we have talked about community of like-minded women. This is an example of how the community is celebrating the Apple offer that just came in, right? She's talking about how the support she received in the group was immense. Thank you for keeping me in good spirits and thank you for cheering me on. This other lady is talking about how she converted her contract offer in a full-time offer. And everybody's cheering her on as well, right? And so this is another example of how somebody's being vulnerable in the program. And she's talking about how she went through personally in her family being forcing her to get married. And people are vulnerable in the program. It's a safe space. Nobody talks about this enough in job search programs, okay? But job search doesn't work in isolation to our personal life, okay? So folks inside the program, women inside the program are always cheering each other on. They're always supporting each other on, right? Like this one talks about like, I just really enjoyed listening and reading how brave, kind, funny, and bold you are, right? Like all the best. And like when people are cheering you on a daily basis, think what it can do for your search. Think what it can do for your career. Okay. Our community members, they pair up for peer networking, peer coaching. They make lifelong friendships. Okay. That is what we strive to do inside the Fearless Hire programs. And one of my favorite things is our monthly mindset calls. We do monthly mindset calls inside the program. And this is where we do real talk. Because community really is the missing piece for women. Okay. This mindset calls, we talk about what is stopping us from building our dream careers. Because so many of us inside the program, so many women that join the program, they're all trying to do the same thing. Okay, they have little kids, they have moved to another country, they are constantly battling imposter syndrome, but they have big dreams and hopes for their career. So we talk about how to navigate imposter syndrome in male-dominated rooms. We talk about how to claim your voice if you had a toxic boss. We talk about how do you break the prove it all again bias? How do you break the working mom guilt? How do you do everything and prioritize your career even though you have disproportionate mental load? How do you become comfortable with money? We talk about money a lot in our programs. Okay, how do you get comfortable with money? And how do you ask for more without apologizing? Our mindset calls happen monthly. They're like safe space to talk about everything that needs to happen before we even can get the 400, 500K job that we are eyeing. Okay, I will share the pricing in just a second after I go through like the two different programs. And one of the other things that we have inside the program is the industry expert sessions. So on a monthly basis, we have industry experts who come in. We have a Google technical recruiter who does our Google role plays. Who does our recruiter role plays inside the program. We have folks at Microsoft, RingCentral, MongoDB. They come in. They do our expert sessions on topics such as technical program management, product management, leveraging AI in your search, and so on. And so those happen on a monthly basis as well. Okay, so this is essentially what all the Fearless Hire Accelerator covers. Okay, everything that we talked about, all the way from access to proven curriculum. Once you join, you have access to the curriculum for life. So the access to the curriculum remains. You just get access to the curriculum for you to keep, and the remaining curriculum, the remaining program is available. Is you have access to for 6 months. Okay, so you get lifetime access to the curriculum. Lifetime access to the proven scripts and templates that we have, the job search tracker for accountability, and then you get 6 months access to the coaching program. Okay, so you get 6 months access to the group Q&A support via Slack, to the live drop-in office hours. Okay, 6 months access to our monthly sessions with our industry experts, our monthly mindset calls, and our community of ambitious women. Okay, so that is what the accelerator program has. It's a group program. Okay, with access to the proven curriculum, access to drop-in office hours and Q&A sessions, as well as our monthly sessions with our experts and our community of ambitious women. Okay, if somebody is wanting a little bit more support, if they're like, okay, group is great, but I'm looking for some deeper, more personalized one-on-one support for faster breakthroughs, then I would invite you to kind of look at what the Fearless Hire Elite program is, okay? So our Fearless Hire Elite program is through application only. Okay, and the Fearless Hire Elite program provides you that one-on-one personalized support that leads to faster breakthroughs and faster turnaround on feedback and so on. So in the Fearless Hire Elite, we work through everything that you get inside the accelerator program. So the curriculum, the templates, the scripts, the drop-in office hours, the Slack feedback, and everything else that we talked about, mindset calls, industry expert sessions, and so on. And in addition to that, we also work through personalized support and personalized accountability inside the program. Okay, so for our elite members, again, the elite program is only through application. I only take 10 clients to work with inside the elite program, and with the elite program, you have done for you resume and LinkedIn. So we do your resume and LinkedIn. Okay, so you're not like going back and forth, sort of wasting time trying to figure out what needs to be done. It's done for you resume and LinkedIn. We work personally with you to define a personalized job search strategy with you. Our elite program members also get access to weekly interview clinics. Okay, so our weekly interview clinics is an opportunity for you to practice mock interviews, one-on-one mock interviews. Okay, all of our work is done in a group, so these are weekly group calls that happen where you can jump on and do one-on-one mock interview and get feedback from either myself or from Nikki on recruiter calls, or from some of our other experts on product roles, program roles, and other technical roles as well. But you get access to unlimited mock interview practice. Then you get access to unlimited on-demand one-on-one coaching through Slack. You also are paired up with a technical expert for your one-on-one technical interview prep. Okay, you get one-on-one accountability calls and one-on-one accountability check-ins with our program advisor so that you can have that much more focus and speed in your job search. In our elite program, we also make direct referrals and networking through my network. I have an extensive network in FANG. We have an extensive network with our alumni. And so in the elite program, we also make direct referrals. And then I personally help you negotiate your offer as well. Okay, so our accelerator program gives you everything that you need to in a group format for those who are looking for a proven process, and then a place to ask questions, but are able to do that heavy lifting. And our elite program is for those who are looking for more one-on-one touch, more one-on-one support. Shijuti, I'm sorry, I'm butchering your name, is asking, do mock interviews are behavioral technical? So in our weekly interview clinics, we do behavioral interview practice. Our mock interviews are behavioral interview practice. And then depending on if you need technical interviewing support, we pair you up with a technical expert as well, where you are able to practice one-on-one technical interviews with them as well. Okay, so our elite program is really that support that you need to land your next offer in a more one-on-one personalized fashion. So folks were asking, like, how much is the program for? In spirit of transparency, like I like to lay it out here, this is what the program looks like. So Fearless Accelerator is our 6 months program for those who want proven strategies, group coaching, and community to get unstuck and land their next role. You get lifetime access to the curriculum, and you get access to proven templates, scripts, and tools. You get weekly group coaching and Q&A drop-in sessions. You get your Slack group support for faster Q&A feedback. And you get access to all call recordings of the weekly Q&A sessions that are happening, or all of the expert sessions that happen for 6 months. Okay, the call recording access is not lifetime; it's for 6 months. You also get access to monthly mindset calls, expert sessions with FANG recruiters and hiring managers, and access to a like-minded community. The Fearless Hire Accelerator program is for $1997 USD. We have payment plans as well that start at $399 a month. And for those who want to join us in the accelerator program. And then for our elite program also runs 6 months. You get 6 months of access for those who want personalized in the trenches support and one-on-one accountability for faster breakthroughs. Okay, so you get everything that happens inside the accelerator program. In addition, you also have done for you resume and LinkedIn. You get live one-on-one coaching with me inside our weekly group calls. Please note that we do not do any private calls inside the program. All of our one-on-one coaching is done in weekly group calls, where on a where you are able to hop on and have a one-on-one chat with me in our weekly group calls that happen. These calls are also longer. They happen for longer duration. They happen more number of times in the week as well. So anybody who wants to have that one-on-one chat can have with us inside the program. You also get one-on-one mock interview practice inside our weekly group interview clinics. You're also paired up with a technical interviewer. You're also paired up with a technical interviewer who has previous experience at top companies to practice your technical interviewing skills. You get real-time feedback in a private Slack community. You get to you have a one-on-one accountability call. So these are private one-on-one accountability calls with the program advisor, so that we are able to keep on track to the milestones and the progress that you have created for us in your program. I help you personally negotiate your strategy and your counter offer, and then you get direct referrals with the Fortune 500 companies. The elite program is for $7,500 for 6 months of coaching access. The payment plans for the elite program start at $1,400 a month, and the elite program is by application only. Okay, and so Elaine in a second is going to drop the link for both enrollment in the accelerator, if somebody wants to join us in the accelerator, as well as the elite program, the application link for the elite program. With the elite program, we only take very few number of clients every month because we work so closely with them. In terms of how the process will work, both of these programs are open for enrollment until Sunday night. And so if anybody wants to join us as the accelerator, Elaine is going to drop the link in a second. Elaine, where are you? There you go. So Elaine just dropped the link to the accelerator. The program is open for enrollment for anybody who wants to join us in the program. It's not only restricted to folks in the US, it's open for anybody who wants some support and proven strategies to fast track their search. And then the elite program is open through applications. We will be reviewing applications on a rolling basis, and whoever's application we are able to accept, we think that we are the right team to be able to support you. We will reach out to you with next steps and to complete your enrollment within the next 24 hours. This is how the process for the elite works. All right, and then we love to work with fast action, with action takers, because if you're not an action taker, it does not fly in today's market. And so we do want to reward and encourage folks to take fast action for themselves and their careers if they actually want to go to where they want. And so we are offering a 24-hour fast action bonus for those who want to join us in the accelerator program. This will be a 2-hour hot seat resume and LinkedIn coaching for those who join us within the 24 hours of this program. So I think until 1 p.m. tomorrow, right? 1 p.m. Central tomorrow. So if you decide to join us in the accelerator until 1 p.m. Central tomorrow, then you get a 2-hour hot seat resume coaching from me. And then if you join us within the next 24 hours, your application comes in the next 24 hours for the elite program. We are offering a one-on-one private job search audit and strategy session directly with me. So this is a 1-hour-long session that we do before your program starts. And this has been a game changer for a lot of our clients, because literally in 60 minutes, you can unblock and understand exactly what is happening in your search. Okay. So if you wanna join us inside the program, Elaine has put links for both. We will also send out an email with links to both. Okay, I have a few more slides and I'm going to open up for Q&A for anybody who has questions about how the programs work, how do we work with our clients. So what can you expect in the first 30 days in the Fearless Hire? Okay, in the first 30 days, you will stop job search overwhelm. Okay, you will not be guessing anymore what's not working in your job search. Okay, and you will stop doubting your experience and your ability to land a job. And what can happen in 30 days is that you start showing up with your job search with clarity and confidence. You know exactly what to troubleshoot when you get stuck. You will have a resume and LinkedIn that clearly conveys your value proposition, and you can land your first interview. Okay? Everything can change in 30 days. In fact, we have clients who in 30 days of joining the program have landed their next offer. Okay? So we move at the pace that you move. You can move as fast as you want to in the program. And I am super proud and super confident to say that there is no other women's focused leadership accelerator like the Fearless Hire. Okay? There's no other program out there like the Fearless Hire that is focusing on job search for ambitious women. Because we give you real advice that is tailored to what you need, what women need. Okay. I have personally gone through many, many things that my clients go through. I'm a mom, immigrant, a woman of color. I have uprooted myself, taken my family to another country. I've struggled with imposter syndrome. I've struggled with rejection, and I've still overcome it to create a career and now a business that I love. Okay. So we share real advice tailored to women. We are also not recruiters. We are hiring managers. We have hiring managers with experience at FANG. And we have hiring managers of decades of experience hiring for our teams. So strategies that we share are not coming from HR or recruiting. They're coming directly from people who have hired high achievers, who have hired really experienced folks for their own teams. That is where all of our strategies come from. In both of our programs, Accelerator and the Lead, we personalize the feedback to your specific niche and your specific need. And then this process has been proven to work with over 300 clients. Okay, so we have immense confidence this program works. 90% of our clients get an offer within 13 weeks of starting in the program. And so we are immensely confident that the process works if you work it. Okay. With that, I want to share some answers to some common questions that I get. And then after that, I'm going to open it up for more questions from anybody who has questions about how the program works. Again, remember that both of these programs are open for enrollment until end of the week, until Sunday night. The 24-hour bonus includes one-on-one strategy session directly with me for our elite program, those who want more personalized one-on-one support and coaching, and then hot seat resume coaching for our accelerator program as well, for those who want group support. All right, some common questions that I get. The market is so bad. Oh my God, I get this all the time. Every day, I hear it 3 times a day. Does your program still work in this economy? So I hope I have shown you enough examples of how this is working in today's economy, okay? We don't use tactics. We are teaching you fundamentals. Okay, we are teaching you fundamentals that work for your job search, that works for your career, and they have helped clients land multi-6-figure offers at your dream companies, all the way from Amazon to Meta to Apple to Akamai to Intuit and more. Okay, the next question. I don't live in the US. Can I join the Fearless Hire program? Okay, so our Fearless Hire Accelerator is open to all ambitious professionals in any country. Okay, because 90% of the job search process is really just the same, whether you live in India, Mauritius, Singapore, London, US, Canada, the job search process remains the same. And so our Fearless Hire Accelerator is open to any professional in any country. Our Elite program, which is our personalized coaching program, that is open only by application to those who have a valid work authorization in the US. Okay, so at this point in our personalized coaching program, we are only taking clients who have valid work authorization in the US. So if you have a H1, you have you're a PR citizen, green card, or if you have a valid authorization to work in the US, you're on H4, all of that is okay. Okay, is the program open only to women? So I think lots of folks ask that because a lot of things that we talk about are relatable to women. So I tell everybody that our mission is rooted in elevating women in leadership. Okay, based on our personal experience, our mission is rooted in supporting women, but men and non-binary professionals are always welcome to join as well. Okay, do I have to attend all coaching calls and do 100% of the, leverage 100% of the resources to get results? In our program, we purposefully offer multiple modalities in terms of office hours or Slack access. We have online portal, we have community, we have different modalities because people learn differently. Okay, you might be working full time right now. You may not be able to hop on, weekly Q&A calls, but then you can ask your questions through Slack, right? You can ask your questions to the community. So you don't have to use 100% of the program resources to see results. But I will say that there will be no results if you do no work. So our best clients on an average put 8 to 10 hours a week towards their job search. And if you can do that, that's amazing. Next question is, I have been out of job for 6 months. Do you offer financial assistance? We offer 2 payment plan options in addition to our pay in full. Many of our clients do leverage the pay in full, but we do offer multiple payment plan options, and we also offer buy now, pay later through third-party financing companies like Klarna. So you can choose the option that works best for you. The next one that I get is, I have worked with other programs and I've failed. So how do I know this will work? So Our program, the Fearless High program, is unlike any other program that I know of, okay? Because we focus a lot on mindset coaching. We're leveraging a proven process. We have personalized coaching and accountability. And if you have all these four, it makes it nearly impossible to fail, okay? So like literally no risk to you unless you don't take action. So the only thing that you need to do is take action for your career. Anything is possible for you. And then, do you offer guarantees? We do not make any guarantees because your results are solely dependent on your own efforts. I cannot control the level of effort that you make. I cannot control the market. So we don't make any guarantees, okay? And if lack of guarantee is the only reason that you don't want to join a program, then maybe this program will not be the right fit for you, okay? But for everybody else, we give you a step-by-step system that has been proven to work with over 300 clients. We give you mindset coaching, we give you personalized feedback, we give you accountability. And this has enabled our clients to land dream offers in an average of 13 weeks, okay? So with that, I want to thank all of you for your time here, for hanging around with me almost 2 hours, okay? If you want to work with us, you want to be our next case study, you want to get results similar to what I showed you, then join us inside the accelerator or apply for the elite program. I also would say, if you join us in the accelerator program and then later you want to upgrade to the elite, we will apply your investment for the accelerator program towards the elite. So we will apply your 1997 towards your investment to elite program as well. So you can always start with the accelerator program and then upgrade to elite. Or if you're right, no, Rich, I'm ready to go, then go ahead and apply for the elite program to get your 24-hour bonus. Elaine has dropped the link to the program again. She's also dropped the link to the application. And yes, we work with folks on CPT as well. And then give me a yes if you're ready to land your next multi-six-figure role and become recession-proof. Give me a yes. Rainy says yes. Hardy says yes. Siddhika says yes. If you're ready to become recession-proof, put a yes for yourself. Okay, put a yes for yourself. With that, let's open it up for some Q&A. Thank you so much for your attention. I'm so stoked to be here. I love kind of what I do, and I really appreciate all of your time here. All right, any questions? I'm here for any questions that you have. Please put it in the chat. If you had some questions that you had put previously, I apologize. It's been a long chat. I would not be able to pull it forward, but if you are welcome to copy it again in chat and I'll take the questions. All right, Elaine, can you also please, if you don't mind, help me manage the questions as they're coming in so we don't miss any. Any metrics on success rate of the program? Yes, we have 100% of our clients who have gotten interviews and offers within 6 months, and we have 90% of our clients who do the work, okay? There's no magic bullet. So if you do the work, if you follow the process, 90% of our clients get their next offer within 13 weeks. Yes, we work with people on CPT as well. In both the accelerator and the elite program. If you want to explore working with us, you're welcome to join the accelerator program. And then if you want more personalized support in the elite program, you're welcome to put in an application. Once the application comes in, we will review all applications on a rolling basis every few hours, and we will invite those who we truly think we can support. If you don't think we can support you, we are not the right fit for you, we will let you know that as well. We have, so SS is asking, does the program help folks with a 1-year career gap? We have several folks who I've worked with who had career gaps. I had a client who had a 3-year career gap. She landed on an offer at HP, so career gap is not a problem. Could you talk about direct referral program in the elite program? Yes, so in the elite program, wherever we have referral, wherever I can make a referral. So I have many contacts at top companies like Amazon, Google, Apple, wherever we are able to, wherever we know somebody through my network, or we have an alum who's working there, we make referrals for our clients. Our peers, like the clients themselves, they're also making referrals in the program for each other if they're able to. So that is something that you can leverage, both my network as well as the network of other clients in the program, as well as alum for referrals as well. What is the recommended resume length for those with experience? Two pages. Okay, for automation engineer to data engineer roles transition, if I'm technically ready, will this program benefit me to find an opportunity to prove my role? Absolutely, right? Again, our accelerator program is going to benefit anybody who is either looking to level up in their career, they're looking to transition careers. I moved from energy to the tech sector. And so it really teaches you the fundamentals on how do you actually position your experience for the type of role that you're jumping to. If you want more personalized support, apply to the elite program as well. If you want to transition from software development to technical program manager or product manager role, is that program relevant? It could be. Okay, I cannot give you a yes or no. If I can't tell you a yes or no. Apply to the elite program. Looking at your resume, we can advise you whether my program would be the right place for you to support you in making this transition as you're looking to make this transition from software to product or program. Okay, will there be accountability and negotiation strategy in the accelerator program as well? Yeah, so the accountability is built into the accelerator program. So the way accountability is built in is through the job search trackers that we provide, as well as the peer accountability. Okay, we also offer, we have these weekly drop-in Q&A sessions, so you can use that as an accountability measure as well for yourself. Negotiation, in terms of negotiation strategy, we provide negotiation support in the group format, so you're welcome to ask questions about the offer and the counter offer and how do you want to structure all of that through group support. In the elite program, we work one-on-one with you, especially when it comes to negotiations, to help you draft that counter offer and strategy. But yeah, like all of the accountability negotiation strategy works through our group coaching, like our weekly drop-in group coaching sessions, and our weekly and our Slack community. The program is 6 months long. Okay. All right. Okay. Brand marketing in tech. Leah's asking what I'm marketing in tech. Yes, we are working with a couple of marketing professionals as well. Like the program is going to apply for you if you're in marketing as well. Two of my clients right now in the program, they were in pure play growth marketing. On the one previously worked at Apple as well. So as long as you are again, you are not in teaching or administrative roles, like this program is going to work just fine for you. Okay. And if you have questions, like feel free to send an email and then we can help you answer those questions as well. Do you offer one-off coaching sessions? We do not offer one-off coaching sessions anymore. We only offer, the only two ways of working with us is either in the accelerator program where we offer group support, or through the elite program where we offer more personalized experience which is much more tailored to your program, to your experience. I mean, so Mugda is asking, my resume was selected for phone screening, but after phone screening, did not get to the interview. Yeah, I mean, so there might be a gap in terms of how you have actually answered the phone screening questions, whether the recruiter was able to make a determination on how relevant your experience is. And so one of the things that we teach in the program is how do you answer recruiter call questions in a way where you are able to very clearly articulate the 3 core skills the job description is asking. And so we have all of the resources in terms of what are some of the common recruiter call questions, how do you answer those questions. We have scripts, we have actual sample answers on how do you answer questions like tell me about yourself, which clearly can build that bridge between your experience and what they're looking for as well. Yes, we help with folks looking to level up and transition from senior IC to leadership roles all the time. I think Smita was asking if you help navigate from software development to leadership program roles. I don't know what Alex's PCA program is, so I can't speak to that. Jan is asking, is this program for HR professionals? Yeah, if you're an HR professional who is targeting who has over 5 years of experience and you're looking to, one of your target firms are also in the tech industry, this program will work for you. I want to transition from senior software developer, technical program managers. Yes, like we have had software engineers who want to transition into more product focused roles, so that this program will teach you how do you actually work on your positioning to make that transition faster. Okay. Nuresha is asking, I worked in non-tech roles in a tech company for over 2 decades. Yes, like we work with non-tech roles, folks who work at tech companies, like in HR, marketing, finance, all the time. So that's all good. Okay. Anu is asking, do you provide guidance on career in international markets, primarily EU, Middle East, and even emerging markets? So we have had clients who work with, who we work with in the EU, Middle East, and emerging markets. And if that is you, then the accelerator program would be the right fit for you. At this time, we are only taking clients in the elite program, which is our personalized coaching program, who have valid work authorization for the US. Okay. Are you helping target sales and international business roles as well, flexible industry and country to work with? Yes, like we have folks we have worked with who are in sales and business development roles as well as those who are outside of the US as well. Okay. So any coupon code that you can use for Elite program, we don't offer any discounts on our program. We do offer payment plans if that is something that would be helpful to you. We offer 2 payment plans. The Elite program starts as low as $1,400 a month. And we also offer third-party financing through Klarna that I know can allow you to spread your payments for even longer durations if you would like to. And if you are interested in the LEAD program, I would really encourage you to fill your application within the next 24 hours so that you can take advantage of that one-on-one private one-on-one private strategy session with us. How do you answer questions in the initial HR call about salary expectations? So this is something that we teach our clients inside the program on how do you actually answer salary expectation questions. We have like full example answers on what to do as well. But what you really want to do is not give them one number. Okay, you want to do your research to understand what is that right range of salary that you want to give, and you want to anchor the floor that you have. You need to anchor the lowest of the range that you have on the higher side of what you find from your research. Okay, so you give a range which is on the top end of what range you found through your research. Okay, yeah, you can pay using credit card. We have 2 payment plans. We have one payment plan. We have a 6-month payment plan and we have a 3-month payment plan. Okay, so the pay in full is $7,500 for Elite. The 3-month payment plan is $2,700 a month for 3 months, and the 6-month payment plan is $1,400 a month for 6 months. So if you're interested to work together, put in the application. If we think we can support you, we can help you, we're the right company for you, then we will send you an enrollment link to complete your enrollment in the next 24 hours. Both the programs kick off on 15th of May. I do not offer one-on-one sessions. Mugdha is asking, I want to have one-on-one session to understand such things as after 3 weeks getting calls from recruiters not navigating interview makes you rethink what went wrong. Exactly. And I think the best way for us to kind of like get started is to look at, the accelerator program. In the accelerator program, we talk about exactly, we can review your answers. You can put those in the Slack. We can give you feedback on that, like what went wrong, what you need to do differently. And from there, if you need more support, you can always upgrade to Elite as well. Elaine just popped in the interview deep dive call prep document. That was our thank you for anybody who wanted to, who attended live with us. And so that has all of this is taken directly from our program. It has several sample answers. It has the whole SOAR breakdown on how do you actually speak with hiring managers and recruiters. Elaine, I think somebody had asked, do you provide services for mock interviews only? Unfortunately, due to we don't only provide mock interview one-off sessions. The only 2 ways to work with us inside the program is either through the accelerator program or the Elite program. All right. Yeah, great question. S is asking, how do you help folks who come from varied background, and do your experience have experience in these top domains? And so the That's such a great question. I, as a good career coach, okay, as a good job search coach, I don't need to know exactly how software engineering works. Don't need to know exactly how technical program management works, and because the fundamentals remain the same. Okay, the fundamentals of job search remain the same. And now, like over the last 3 years, I've worked with enough clients. I've worked with software engineers. You saw like a variety of folks that we have in our program, from software engineering to TPM to product management to data analytics to business intelligence to marketing to sales to finance. And you don't like the reason why I've been able to support all of these clients in getting to the next level is because the fundamentals of job search, the fundamentals of how you position yourself, okay, the fundamentals of how do you showcase the depth of your experience through the resume, the LinkedIn, and the interview process remains the same. Okay, so that fundamental remains the same, and that is the process that we superimpose over your technical expertise. And that is what allows them to go from like being stuck to landing dream offers, regardless of which domain they come from. Okay, so that is one. And then now we also have these experts, and because we do understand sometimes some folks need support with this SQL interview that is happening, or a system design interview that is happening, or they want to understand, like, am I structuring structuring my thought process in the technical interview correctly? And so we pair you up with these technical experts as well, and that helps you also gain that confidence that not only will you crush your behavioral interviews, you will also crush your technical rounds as well. Okay, how would they know what questions, business problems this team would know? I mean, we know from the interview standpoint, the process that we teach you in terms of how do you prepare for your interviews, the SOAR methodology, it does not originate from specific questions. We don't focus on preparing you for specific questions. We focus on preparing you for your actual interview, for your actual experience. Okay, so this is one of those things that is backward in logic for many, because many of you start your preparation from common interview question. You start your preparation from tell me about a time when you had conflict, or tell me about a time when you failed to deliver on a goal, or like you start with this common interview questions. Whereas we start with in all of our preparation for all of our clients, we start with preparing you very deeply about your own experience. Okay, so we use your own experience as a starting point. And when your own experience is so ingrained in you in terms of your preparation, where you can talk about your experience in your sleep, then you can apply your experience to any question. And we teach you how that process works. We teach you how do you translate your experience and your prop to any question that comes your way, so that we don't have to fear a question that is coming. You don't have to fear what's going to be asked. Okay, so that's the process that we use. How would you validate if that resonates with real life cases? I mean, again, the way we validate is because we have been the hiring managers, right? Like, we have been the hiring managers who've been asking these type of questions. We help also clients debrief their actual interviews. So our clients bring their actual interview questions in the program to say, Richa, like, this is the question that was asked, and then this is how I answered. And that allows us to bring continually build a repository now over 3 years of what are the type of questions that you need to be prepared for, the type of angles that you need to be prepared for. Okay. So apart from weekly group calls, who can we reach out to if you're not getting interviews or issues with our resumes? In the Accelerator program, the way to get support is in the group calls, the weekly group calls, and the Slack Q&A as well. So you can also, we give you unlimited sort of feedback in Slack as well. If you are struggling, if you have questions, you can put that in Slack or ask on our weekly Q&A. And then the Elite, we work personally with you. So with the Elite program, if you are not getting calls, we will revisit your strategy personally with you. We go through your job tracker with you. We look at, okay, like, these are the type of companies you applied for. This is where you got calls from. This is where you didn't get calls from. Like, first we work, it's like more hand holding, more personalized, more in the trenches support in the Elite program. Yeah, and like with the hiring managers, yes, wherever we find like you would benefit from maybe speaking with the hiring managers we may have in our network, we make those introductions in the Lead program as well. Okay. Any other questions that anybody has? Yes, so right now we're gonna close the program for on Sunday, but we open very few spots in the lead program. As I was saying, we take no more than 10 clients on a monthly basis in our lead programs, simply because we work so closely with them. The accelerator program will be open for enrollment, so if you can't join the May program, we may open it again for a few slots later in May or in June as well. So with the accelerator program, it's an open Q&A call. There may be many folks on the call, and essentially really more of a drop-in Q&A calls. We take as many folks that we can to answer their questions. If your questions, lots of learning will happen also by listening to other folks. We just take it on a first come first serve basis. With the elite program, our sessions are longer, Q&A times are longer. It's much more personalized. There's always time to take everybody who we are working with this time. Okay, amazing. And again, a reminder, so let's gonna put this up again for those who are looking to sort of work together with us. Just quickly share this and we'll let everybody hop off. Join us in the accelerator program if you think you need a proven step-by-step strategy, a proven process. You need to know exactly what is working in today's market. You need those proven templates, scripts, tools, and you know that you are ready to take action, but you would like to have some level of structure, support, and a place to drop in and ask your questions whenever you do have questions. Okay, so then consider the accelerator program. That will be the right fit for you. And if you do want to leverage all of the learnings that come from being in a like-minded community of women, okay, the accelerator program is for you. You can take advantage of the 24-hour fast action bonus if you join us before 1 p.m. Central tomorrow. And then the lead program, it is by application only. It is a 6 months program for those who are looking for more personalized in the trenches support and one-on-one accountability and faster breakthrough. We do done for you resume on LinkedIn. We do more personalized job search strategy with you. You get one-on-one accountability with our program manager, and then you get one-on-one feedback from me in our weekly group calls and one-on-one coaching practice in our weekly interview clinics as well. Okay. If you want to take advantage of the 24-hour fast track bonus, then put in an application before 1 p.m. Central, and we will reach out to those who we can help, who we think we can support inside the program, and then you would have 24 hours to complete your enrollment if you want to join us. Okay. Okay. Elaine is sharing the link again. I think on the accelerator program is open to anybody who wants to join. So there would be, I cannot tell you how many folks will be there in the accelerator program. It's really like more of a, it's more of our fundamental foundational program if you wanna join that program. Okay. We will send out emails again for all of the details. The program page that Elaine just shared has all of the details of how the support is structured. And we would love to support you on your journey if you feel like this is the right team for you. Okay, amazing. With that, I appreciate all of your time. Thank you for joining us today, and have a great rest of your Friday. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Appreciate it.